Hello students, today I am going to start a new chapter, that is chapter number 6, working with tables in Microsoft Word. So in today's video I am going to work on two content, that is creating a table in Microsoft Word and entering data. So in this video I am going to show you the different ways the table can be inserted in Microsoft Word. So let us begin. Click on the start button. From the drop down menu, from the startup menu, you can click on Microsoft Office Word, whichever version you are using, whether it is 2007, 2010 or 13. So click on the Microsoft Word. You can see that the new Microsoft Word document has opened. Now I will show you the different ways how the tables can be created on Microsoft Word. Now, what is a table? A table refers to a set of data that can be a text or a numbers arranged in rows and columns. It means table is created using rows and column, and those particular rectangular cell you see when you create a column, because when we create a table we call this as a cell. So the intersections of the rows and columns form a rectangular boxes called cells. Now let us begin. So in Microsoft Word, table can be created in different ways. For that you need to go to the insert tab. So click on the insert tab. We call this as a table group. Under the table group you can see a table button here. So click on the drop down arrow of this table button. You can see one is using a grid, insert table option, draw table option, Excel spreadsheet and quick table. So these are some of the different ways the tables can be created on Microsoft Word. So let us begin using a grid. So you simply follow the steps to create a table using a grid. Now, as I have already said, you have to click on the insert tab, and under the table group click on the drop down arrow of the table button. So we call this as a grid, and these are column and these are rows. So as I have already said that the intersections of rows and columns, it makes the table, and the rectangular boxes are known as a cell. So it is up to you the number of rows or the columns you need. Suppose say I want say 6 columns. So this is 1 2 3 4 5 6. So you can see the changes taking place on your document, and I want say 6 row. So this is my row number 1 2 3 4 5 6. So what you have to do is you have to simply drag the mouse button and need to select how many rows or columns you want. After that you click the mouse button. You can see that the new table has been created, and we call this as a column. So column is a vertical series of cells in a table. We call this as a row. This is a row. So rows are a horizontal series of cell in a table. Now let me simply click on the undo button to delete this table. Now second way to create a table is, again click on the insert tab, click on the drop down arrow of the table button, insert table option. So click on this insert table option. So once you will click, you will see a insert table dialog box. Now under the insert table dialog box you have to specify the number of columns you want, the number of rows you want. You can also click on this button, up or down button, to enter the number of columns or enter the number of rows. Or what you can do is you can directly input the number. Suppose say I want 8 columns and say I want 10 rows. So simply put the number and click on OK button. So the table has been created. So this is the second method. Or what you can also do is, from the drop down arrow of the table button, go and click on draw table option. So click on the draw table option, simply click the mouse button and drag one rectangular box. Once you create a rectangular box, you can see a draw border group here. Under the draw border group, you can select the pen color, whichever color you want. You can also select the thickness of your pen and start drawing a line in this way. So you can also create a table using a pencil by drawing a row and color. So if you want to erase it, you have an eraser here. Click on the eraser and simply click the mouse button. So in this way you can erase the table also. Now let me move back. Now the next way of inserting a table is, click on the drop down arrow of the table button, Excel spreadsheet. You have not done the Excel spreadsheet, so I will start at the later half of this section. So basically we use an Excel spreadsheet for calculation purpose. So you can also directly bring that Excel spreadsheet in your Word document. So click on Excel spreadsheet. So this is the Excel spreadsheet. So here all the rows and columns has already been defined. So you can also use the Excel spreadsheet as a table. So these are some of the few ways that you can create the table using different options under the table group of insert tab. So I hope you have understood it, the different ways the tables has been created. Number one is using the grid, second is using insert table option, or you can draw your own table. You can also insert the spreadsheet, or you can also use the quick table template. That is, this is the built-in template. You can also use this option. So now let me create one table. So after creating a table, I want to insert a data, that is the record. So inserting a data is very simple. The main thing that you need to understand is how to move in between the table in different cells, in different columns, in different rows. So for that, the best way that you can use is, you can use the arrow key, or what we call the cursor key from the keyboard. So if you want to move down, you can click the down arrow key. You can, if you want to move up, you can click on the up arrow key. Towards the right, right arrow key. If you want to move towards the left, you can press the left arrow key, or if you can also press the tab key from the keyboard to move into different cells. So after that, you can enter the data. Suppose say roll number. So if you want to move to the next cell, as I have said, you can press the tab key, or you can use different keys of the cursor control key or arrow key. You can write down, suppose say name. You can enter in the next cell, you can enter the name of the subjects. So in this way you can enter the text as well as number on the table. So in this video I have showed you the different ways the table can be inserted in Microsoft Word, and I have also showed you how to insert the data, that is text, or what we can also say as a number inside the table, and how to move within the table. So I hope you have understood it. So you can open the Microsoft Word, you can follow this video, create the table and enter the value, whether it is a text or number. So this is the content in today's video. I hope you have understood it. So thank you children, again we'll come up with the next video. Thank you once again.